Hello, and welcome to another edition of Math, Music, and More. I'd like to build on one of the videos I did a little while ago around the topic of solfège and ear training. And I think in that video I talked about how it's very important to first address melody and being able to hear intervals and being able to translate that in your mind, exactly what that sounds like, so that you can recognize the intervals when you're actually listening to music, and then eventually translate that to a musical instrument if you ever want to, or just be able to write it down. So we talked, I believe, about the perfect fifth and the octave, and I think I mentioned that you're supposed to use songs initially until you can start to memorize what those intervals actually sound like. I'd like to introduce two other tools to you today. One is around the importance of scales, and the other is around using anchors, and I'll explain exactly what I mean by that. Let me first hear what key. Okay, so the melody that I'd like to focus on to demonstrate these two concepts of scales and anchors is actually Fly Me to the Moon. And forgive me, I don't know the words well. I probably should have looked that up, but fly me to the moon, da ba 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 bum ba. Ba 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 bum ba 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 bum bum. I'll stop right there. There's one thing in there that you'll notice in a moment that's actually a G sharp, which sounds a little off. I mean, it sounds great, but it doesn't match the C scale. So let's start by going to the very first note, the C. Right? C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. And think of those in terms of numbers if you can, like 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you practice a lot of scales on whatever musical instrument you're practicing, they'll start to become like the architecture in your mind of arpeggios, of scales of thirds, of straight scales, whether they're major or minor, the various types of minor, or even the modal scales. So in this case, it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, right? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. What could that be? 6, 7, 8. You gotta have that 8 as your anchor. You gotta hear that tonality. So if you know that that's your 8 when you're high, or it's the 1 when you're low, then the ba. How far away is that? 5, 6, 7. Nope. 3, 4, 5. Nope, it's gotta somehow get to 8. Well, it's gotta be 6, 7, 8. And that's how you, I think, can dissect melodies very easily. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, ba, 6, bam, ba, ba, bam. Right, that's that G sharp I was talking about. So sometimes the scale thing is not going to work perfectly. And for those of you that are curious, why would a G sharp ever be thrown in? Because he's actually hinting at moving to the relative minor, which is A minor. And even though you could play, an A natural scale, it's much more harmonically powerful to have the fifth of the sixth set up, the dominant chord, and the third of that dominant chord is a G sharp. Maybe I'm flying too much into harmonies now. But anyway, back to the basics. Think of scales, think of numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And find melodies, if you can, that are very scalar in nature like that. And start to get used to hanging on to a certain number, like an 8, where it stands to the rest of the pitches, how to find the other pitches. And if you have to, as I just did a moment ago, because I can't remember all the words, sing the numbers, don't sing the words. And that just really, really starts to hammer home the importance of numbers and notes and pitches and intervals. Anyway, I hope you find that all helpful. I look forward to any comments or reactions you have, and until next time, have a great day. Take care.